Morning, good morning. Shaikh Banerjee, why you were absent for last, I think, two classes? Shaikh, hello. Shaikh Banerjee. So, so last class we have seen about the framing because in a data link layer, the first part it is nothing but error control. Then error detection techniques we have seen about many things. Then we have seen about ARQ protocols. Then the second part, it is also the major function of DLL from the network layer. It comes as the packets. So now DLL will convert that packets into frames. So the converting from packets to framing is also now the major function of the data link layer. So we have seen about the framing because in the transmitter side, the DLL will convert the packets into frames. Then it will go for the transmission through the physical layer, physical medium. Then in the receiver side, again, data link layer will convert from frames into the packets. So automatically, framing, deframing plays a vital role. So to get the idea about deframing, since it is in serial transmissions, so to represent the boundaries of the framing, this is the starting of the framing, this is ending of the framing. So we are adding that the boundaries. Boundaries. But sometimes suppose if you are adding some the bits, some binary values as the boundary, the same value sometimes it may be repeated in the information also. So to differentiate between boundaries with the informations, otherwise that in that reduction side, maybe wrongly it may identified as the boundaries. Then that boundaries the bits will be discarded. So that maybe leads to the loss of the information bits. To overcome that, we are going for the stuffing as well as destuffing in the transmitter as well as the receiver side. If the same type of that information bits occurring, that same type of boundary it is occurring in the information, then there additionally one bit will be added as a stuffed bit. So we have seen about the bit stuffing and byte stuffing. So the today we will say about the HDLC. It is a part of that the flow control. It is a part of the flow control. So we will see about the HDLC protocol. So kindly carefully listen. In HDLC protocols, you have to draw the framing sequence. That may be very important for in terms of understanding the concept of ARQ protocols, as well as this is the very important for in terms of exam point of view also, both theoretically as well as practical. So the high-level data link control protocol, HDLC protocol, it is the group of communication protocols of DLL for transmitting data between network points or the nodes. So this is an it is a group of protocols. It is not having the separate one. It is a group of protocols of the DLL that will support for transmitting data between network points to the nodes. Since it is a data link protocol, so in HDLC, the data is organized into in terms of the frames. Even in HDLC, it will convert from the packets into frames. A frame is transmitted via network to the destinations that verifies its successful arrival. It is transmitted through via the network to the destinations. In the receiving side, it will verify the successful arrivals. If it is not received, automatically that the negative acknowledgement will be transmitted from a destination to the source. So similarly, it is a bit-oriented protocol because you can have either it is a bit-oriented or it is a byte-oriented. but HDLC it is a bit-oriented protocol. All the transmissions, all the operations will be taken care in terms of the bit, which is applicable to both point-to-point as well as multi-point communication. So this HDLC protocol will support for both the point-to-point or the multi-point communication. So HDLC it is derived from IBM synchronous data link control the protocol. So HDLC it implements ARQ mechanism. This is very important because we have studied about various ARQ mechanisms. Stop and wait, go back and then select to repeat. How this is implemented in real time? So HDLC protocol it implements ARQ mechanism. ARQ mechanism. For example, if let us consider this is network layer. So this dotted line indicates it is the virtual connection. So the network layer virtually connected with the protocol, the data unit. Network layer protocol data unit between the respective network layer between transmitted to the other receivers Then next, it will be connected with the data link layer in terms of the data link layer service access point, the service access point. Then that will be even if you see here between data link layer between transmit receivers, it establishes the data link, the protocol data unit. It's a physical connection. So then it will go in the reverse again. It will do in the reverse thing. This is service data unit, data link layer, service data unit. It will combine. It will process as the network layer. So HDLC it contains, it works in the two mode. The configurations it is working under two mode. First one is nothing but the normal response mode. Then asynchronous balance mode. It will work on the normal response mode. Then asynchronous the balanced mode. So in anything in any NRM or in ABM, the set of procedures that are used, that are established as a protocol. So NRM you can configure in two. One is nothing but unbalanced mode, then it is unbalanced mode. So unbalanced mode which uses command and response, the reply only. Balanced mode you can go for point to point. But if a second mode it is working purely only on the balanced mode, so it will support only for point to point. So the NRM will support point to point as well as multi-point communications. ABM will support only the point-to-point communication because it will only working based on the balance mode only. The balance mode means automatically, both will be synchronized. Both the source as well as destination will be synchronized. Will be linked into the same thing like a full duplex. Then you can communicate in a both way. You can communicate the both the way. So the normal response mode, if you see here in these things, the primary stations that sends commands. You see here, this is primary, this is secondary, this is point to point. So one primary, one secondary. This is the point to multi-point. So this is one primary, the more number of secondary stations. Always in a normal response mode, primary stations will send the commands. Secondary stations will respond to the respect to the commands. So that is the difference between NRM with ABM. In NRM, always primary stations will send a command only. Secondary stations will respond based upon the received commands. So it can be configured as unbalanced or balanced mode. If it is then the unbalanced mode, then that is nothing but multi-point. If it is in balanced mode, then that is nothing but a point-to-point communication. If you see here, one primary station, secondary station, it will send the command. Based on the command, it will respond. In the multi-point, primary station is command to many stations. Depending upon the commands with respect to the particular the secondary stations, it will send a response. It will respond. But in ABM, it is only configured in the balanced mode. Each stations can both send commands and respond to the commands. If you see here, so here there is no primary, there is no secondary. Both the stations are equal. So both the stations will be able to send a command, will be able to respond. Similarly, this test also will able to send the command. Also, it is able to respond to the received command. Received command. So it is used only in a point-to-point communication. Only in a point-to-point communication. So the mode is selected only during the connection establishment, whether it is an asynchronous balance mode or it is a normal response mode. That mode will be selected during the connection establishment, because first you have to establish a connection. During that establishment of connection, the mode will be selected, whether it is an ABM or it is the normal response mode. Normal response mode. So kindly keep in mind, in the normal response mode, it contains primary stations plus secondary stations. Always primary stations will send only command, only command. So the secondary stations will respond depending upon the received command. But it's in a ABM, in a asynchronous balance mode. There is no primary, there is no secondary. Here, both the stations will be able to send the command. Then both the stations will be able to respond depending upon the received commands. Received commands. So next we will say about the HDLC, the frame format. How the HDLC frame will be. So the first, the MSB, the first field, it is nothing but the flag. So if you see here, the first and last, it adds the flag. That means it used to represent the boundary. Because the framing, the main concept, we have to add either the flag, the character or control character, or that the number of character counts, any one, or CRC at the first, at the last, that at the boundaries. So here the flag bit, it is used to represent the boundaries of a particular frame. So these two are, it is a 1 byte, 8 bits. You see here, the flag, it is nothing but an it is the 8 bit. So next is nothing but, so flag, it is a delineate from boundaries of 8 bits. Okay. Address, it is a 1 byte 8 bit. It identifies the secondary stations. In NRM mode, the station act as a secondary. In ABM mode, it may be a primary or it may be secondary, anything, because it is an asynchronous balance mode. It is a pure point to point, so both the station will respond. So in NRM, so this address will contain only secondary stations, but in ABM, it may be a primary or it may be a secondary depending upon the application. So the control field gives the functionalities of the respective the control. It is nothing but it adds flow and error control mechanisms. Then payload or informations, the length, it is a variable that can be fixed by the user. So the payload, it contains user data. Length, it is not standardized, but implements imposed to the maximum values. Then frame check sequence, it is a 16-bit or 32-bit CRC. So if you see that HDLC frame format, at the starting, at the end, it contains a flag bit to represent the boundaries. Second field, it is address, it is an 1 byte, it represents secondary stations if it is an NRM mode, or if it is an ABM, it may be either primary or secondary. Third field, it is a control, which is used to represent the HDLC, the functionalities. It is mostly used to represent flow or error control. Fourth field, it is a payload or informations. It contains user data. The length, it is variable, it cannot fix it. Then the next, the fifth field, it is an FCS, frame check sequence. It is nothing but it is an error detection techniques. Either it may be a 16 or 32-bit CRC. This is nothing but HDLC frame format. So the address field. So we told, in address, it contains the 8 bit, 1 byte. So this is usually 8-bit long. But for example, if address of the stations, if it is a 2 byte, here it represents only 1 byte. Suppose if it is a 2 byte, so it may be extended to represent the respective address field. So if in that case, Again, we have to differentiate between address field with the next field. So out of these 8 bits, so the MSB represent, if it is 1, it is then last octet of the address. If it is 0, even few more address field is existing. So that MSB represent whether this octet it is then last of the address field or not. If MSB is 0, automatically it represents. So one more octet field is there as an address. If this MSB is 1, that means this is the last octet in the address field. So always the first, that MSB, either it may be a 0 or 1. If it is 1, that is the last octet address field. If it is 0, one more octet address field is remaining. It is continuing, it is extending. So if all are ones, then it is in broadcast. If it is all are one, then that is in broadcast. That is, one to many. So this is nothing but an address field. So the HLC frames, it contains 3 types of frames. First one is I frames, that is information frames. S frame, supervisory frame. U frame, it is an unnumbered frame. So the information frame will use to transmit the information. Supervisory frame, it is used to acknowledge. U frame or unnumbered frame, which is used to establish the connections or which is used to terminate the connection. So HLC frame, it contains 3 types of frames. One is I frame, information frame. S frame, supervisory frame. Then U frame, unnumbered frame. We will see the detail which one with one by one. So if you see that the control field format for each and every frame, let us consider the control field 8-bit, because in the previous itself we have seen the control bit for HDLC, it is the 1/8-bit. So because based on this control bit only, we can be able to understand whether it is an I frame, U frame, or S frame. So how that control the field will be for each and every frame. So if that MSB, if it is an 0, then it is an information frame. The first, that MSB, if it is 0, automatically it has been identified as the I frame, information frame. If it is 1, MSB it is 1, we have to check the second bit. If it is second bit is 0, then it is supervisory frame. If second bit is 1, then it is an unnumbered frame. Kindly keep in mind, if MSB is 0, then that is I frame. If MSB is 1, we have to check the second bit, because we have to differentiate between 2 frames. So if MSB is 1, then we are checking the second frame, second bit. If it is 0, then that is supervisory frame. If it is 1, that is unnumbered frame. So 0 means information frame, 10 supervisory frame, 11 unnumbered frame. So the next 3 bits in the information frame, it is nothing but send sequence number. I think this we have studied in ARQ. That is, S last or next. R next, it is nothing but waiting to receive the next frame. S last, it is nothing but last send sequence number. So the similar way, the NS it represent, it is equal to the S last. So send sequence number. So the information frame, so because it has to send the respective the frame sequence number, because it involves the frame sequence. So next 3 bit, it is used to represent the send sequence number. The last 3 bit, which is used to represent the receive sequence number, it is equal to R next. It is equal to S last in terms of ARQ. Then this 5th bit, which is used to represent whether it is a pole or final. because it is purely working based on the command and respond mode. So we have to send the commands. For example, yeah, I am ready to receive the information from you. That means polling. It is sending polling. Yeah, I am ready to receive. You can send the information. So that is nothing but the polling. We are, polling with the users to get the information. That means I am ready. You can send the information. That is nothing but the polling. So or it is the final bit. Suppose if I am polling with one person, but that person does not have any information to say, so automatically that person will respond that no, I am not having any information. So this is the final one. This is the final one. So always for all the frame, the fifth bit it is the polling or it is the respective the final bit to represent. This is the final. I am not containing any information. Any information. In a supervisory frame, no need for send sequence number because the supervised frame it is acknowledging. So it will contain only the receive the sequence because I got received up to 5. I am waiting to receive the sixth frame. So here no need for any the send sequence number because only receive is sufficient. So these two bits which is used to represent the control of the supervisory frame, the function bits. So this we will see in the forthcoming slides. What is the functions we will see in the forthcoming slides. So this is supervisory frame. Unnumbered frame. So all these things are because here it is only used to establish the connections, initiate the connections or terminate the connections. No need for any the send sequence number or receive sequence number or any supervisory. All these it is an unnumbered function bits MMM. So depending upon the value of the MMM here or here, so the function will vary. So the information frames, each iframe contains the send sequence number as well as the receive sequence number. If it is the positive acknowledges the picky pack. What is the meaning for picky pack? In the information itself, in the information frame itself, we can add the acknowledgement. That is nothing but a picky pack by means of NR. By means of NR, for example, here I am sending maybe the frame 0. So here we can represent from secondary to binary, that is primary. That if it is that is the NR, if it is 1 up to FR0 I have received, I am waiting to receive the 1. So instead of no need for using supervisory frame for acknowledgement, even using information frame also by means of the picky pack concept, that is both it contains the frame plus acknowledgement. By means of the picky pack also you can be able to represent the positive acknowledgement. That is using the picky pack you can be able to acknowledge the positive. So there that the sequence number involves up to NR minus 1 I have received. I am waiting to receive the NR sequence number. So in the information frame itself, you can be able to represent sequence number. Similarly, you can be able to picky pack the positive acknowledgement to by means of the NR, the sequence receive sequence number. So the length of the information frame, it may be a 3 or 7 bit sequence. So the maximum size 2 power 7 minus 1, you can be able to allow the maximum window size of 127 using iframe. So the pole and final bit in NRM mode, so primary pole stations by setting PC equal to 1. Secondary stations will set FC equal to 1 if it is the last frame. But in the normal AB, that is asynchronous balance mode, it is nothing but the pair of the P by F bits. This you can read it. So the supervisory frame, it contains 2 bits. If you see here, it is 2 bits. So if it is 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. If it is 0, 0, kindly you should remember, if it is 0, 0, then it represents receive ready. That means I have sent the acknowledgement up to NR minus 1 when the picky pack is not available. If it is picky pack is available, I can represent using the iframe. If there is no picky pack, I can use supervisor frame, that is 0, 0 receive ready. It send an acknowledgement that up to NR minus 1 I have received, I am waiting to receive NR. That means I am ready to receive the next frame. It is very, very simple. Up to previous bit, I have processed, I have sent the acknowledgement. I am waiting to the receive the next bit, NR bit. Next bit, NR bits. So if it is 0, 0, automatically you can be able to understand I am ready to receive next bit. Up to the previous bits I have received. Okay. If it is the 0, 1, 0, 1, then reject. That is acknowledgement indicating NR1 is the first frame not received correctly. That is, I am not receiving the NR frame correctly. So the transmitter must resend NR and later frames. So this indicates if we compare various ARQ, in a go back and what it will happen, suppose if the frame 3 is lost. So transmitter should go back to frame 3, then it should resend all the frames from frame 3. Similarly, reject means if it is 0, 1 means it has to resend all NR as well as later frames. So it represents go back n. Kindly keep in mind it represents go back n. So if it is reject, if it is SSC 0, 1, it is indirectly it is a go back 1. It is a go back n mechanism, ARP mechanism. This implement go back n mechanism. This implement go back n mechanism. Okay. So it is 0, 1. Okay. If it is 1, 0, so 0, 1 means go back n. Okay. So if it is 1, 0, receive not ready. No, I am not ready to receive any information. Kindly don't send any information. So this is receive not ready. It's very, very simple. Very, very simple. So I'm not having any no more iframes. I am not ready to receive any frames. So don't send any frames. I am also not having any frame. So I am also not ready to receive any frames. So it's 1, 0. So if it is 1, 1, 1, 1, so it is nothing but the yes reject, selective reject. So negative ACK for NR requesting only NR to be retransmitted. This is nothing but selective repeat ARQ. In a select repeat, what we will do? Only we will retransmit the error bit. So if it is 1, 1, this is nothing but selective repeat ARQ. So if it is 0, 0, I am ready to receive up to NR minus 1. I have processed. I am ready to receive the NR. That is the positive acknowledgement. If it is 0, 1, it is nothing but go back and from NR later all should retransmit. If it is 1, 0, I am not ready to receive any iframe. If it is 1, 1, only select reject. Only that error the frame should be retransmitted. This is nothing but the supervisor. Next, unnumbered frame. So this used to represent, this used to set the mode. Whether we told the mode will be set using the connection establishment. So using unnumbered frame, you can be able to set the mode, whether it is an asynchronous balance mode or it is a normal response mode. You can be able to set APM. Once all the process are over, you can be able to reset. Similarly, it also acknowledges the acceptance of the mode setting command. Suppose if you are setting the mode from transmitter to receiver, receiver should acknowledge. Then it is also used to discontinue, terminates the logic link connections. Logic link connections. You see here, again that U frame, it contains the 5 bits. You see here, U frame 2 plus 3, 5 bits. 5 bits. If it is 00001, set normal response mode. If it is 11011, set normal response mode extended, because it is extended up to the few more of the frames. If it is 11100, then set the ABM or disconnect mode. Either first, if it is occurs, it will set. Second time it will occur, it will disconnect. If it is 00001, then it is the normal response mode. 11100, then it is an ABM. Similarly, you can extend. Then you can unnumbered informations. Then you can acknowledge the connection establishment, or you can disconnect or request disconnect, or you can request informations mode, or you can reset, How the connection is established? Because before transmitting anything, we have to establish the connections. So this connection establishment will be carried by the U frame. Connection establishment or disconnections will be established by the U frame. So first, for example, so in a U frame, we are sending as 11100, which is used to represent the set asynchronous balance mode. So this is the primary, secondary, or transmit receiver. Suppose I want to establish the ABM, it sent as 1110. Once the secondary is received, it will acknowledge. So 00110. If it is represents like, okay, it is acknowledged. Now the connection has been established. So here it is an U frame. Then using I frame and S frame, so we are going to transfer the data, then we are getting acknowledgement. Once all those things are over, now the disconnect request will be raised by the receiver. So it will send as 00010. That means I am not containing any information, so we can disconnect the connections. So now that will be received by the primary. Again, primary is acknowledging with 001. Okay, we can disconnect between us. So the connection will be disconnected. So again, here it is an U frame. So while starting, U frame will be used to establish connections. Then once connection has been established, that using I frame, S frame, we are going to transfer the data. Once all the data has been transferred, again using U frame, we are going to disconnect the frame. We are going to disconnect the connection. So the problem using NRM and the ABM, we will see in the next class. So coming Friday, you will have the online quiz. You kindly join by sharp 9. So 9:05, the test will be started. Quiz will be started. So the mode platform, it is a Schoology platform.